Okay, so good afternoon again, everyone. So I'm sorry I missed recording the first part of our discussion. So let me just backtrack a bit and tell you that the objective as far as regression model is concerned is to be able to come up with an optimal model. When I say optimal, we are able to describe our response variable, okay, our independent variable, using our predictors, okay, using our covariates, using our independent variables to, a, to an optimal degree. When I say optimal degree, we don't have to use all the predictors, all the independent variables, even if it will definitely jack up the R squared, the coefficient of determination. In fact, we said that there is another more conservative metric, which is the adjusted R squared. And we have learned that when we use adjusted R squared, we know that adding more variables will not necessarily give us a higher adjusted R squared. In fact, we are being penalized for adding variables which may not really explain or add to the explanation of the variance of your dependent variable. So if we keep on adding all the variables that are available for us, we might be overfitting already our data. Ibig sabihin nun, hindi na natin na-explain yung variance ng data natin. What we will be explaining, we are explaining now will be the noise in the data. And hindi natin ma-uncover yung relationship talaga ng dependent variable natin with the independent variable. On the other hand, we know, of course, that if we just use, let's say, fewer predictors, i-underfit natin yung data natin, yung model natin, and we will be guilty of what we call specification bias. No? Ibig sabihin ng specification bias, kulang yung ano natin, yung mga predictors natin. Okay? Kulang siya. Tapos makikita sa model natin yun na may component yung dependent variable natin na hindi talaga ma-explain ng mga present na variables. So what have we learned so far? Sabi natin, well, given your predictors, we can do stepwise regression, di ba? Yung stepwise regression we use OLSRR, but we can use, of course, the stats package also. Kasi si stats package, meron din siyang backward and forward stepwise regression. Okay, since nagamit na natin si OLSRR, siguro ngayon, subukan naman natin si stats package. Hindi naman natin kailangan i-install kasi ang stats package class comes preloaded with R. No? Okay, so as to the question, what is the best model? Okay, that is of prime importance for us. Okay, coming up with the optimal set. Okay, sinulat ko lang dito. Optimal set of predictors which will explain our dependent variables without explaining the noise as much as possible. Okay? So, do you want me to share this? Gusto nyo i-chat ko pa to? Hindi na. Alam nyo na naman to. Okay, mukhang hindi na, no? So, sige. Alright. So, di ba we have done this, di ba, yung stepwise regression? And either yung both sides, yung forward, backward, or both. And we know how this happens, no? Si backward, load mo na lahat ng mga predictors, and then one by one, we remove that variable which least describes our dependent variable by way of the minimum, most smallest t-value. No? So that's our basis. So meron din ibang format ng backward regression. No? We learned that it can be based on R squared or it can be based on AIC. No? Ganon din si forward. Si forward naman, you start from just using the mean of the dependent variable. So without using the predictors. No? Hindi natin gagamitin yon. So yung mean lang. In other words, parang i-LM lang natin siya and then tilde 1. Okay? I hope you don't forget that LM. Kunyari, yung DV natin, tilde, that's 1. Okay? Data. If you recall, class, whatever data that is. Ito yung class, no? This is where the forward stepwise regression starts. You have your it's the linear model of your dependent variable regress on one, which means that this is just the intercept, no? Intercept lang yan. Okay? All right. And then we keep on adding variables to it so that we come up with a better model, a better model. All right. Now, may problema kasi tayo, no? If we do the stepwise regression. Sabi ko nga, di ba dati, we will try to discuss the problems with stepwise regression in the future. So, one problem with using stepwise, either forward or backward, is that there's oftentimes they do not converge to the same solution. So, paano yun kung magkaiba yung solution nila? And that happens, no? Especially if you're including interaction among the variables. So that's by the way, that's another topic which we have to include in our discussion. Yung interaction, dapat alam din natin yan, no? So parang it's a magnification of the effect on the dependent variable using the parang hybrid effect ng dalawang variables. Okay, it can be both two continuous variable or a continuous variable and a quality factor. We'll have an example of that when we come back from our independent learning week. Okay, so aside from the fact that it's possible that the two models will not converge, no? Okay, also another problem with this is that it might not be the optimal solution. Okay, meron namang solution na ibibigay yung di ba, yung stepwise regression. And in some instances, especially if you will take into consideration all the possible predictors. Kasi yung yung stepwise prediction natin, if you notice class, ang ginawa lang natin doon yung mga individual variables without considering the possible interaction effects, no? Hindi pa natin na-discuss yung interaction eh. So we are actually going there in the next lesson, which is a very important important discussion kasi possibly pwede tayong magkaroon ng specification bias kasi hindi natin kino-consider yung effect ng interaction ng dalawang predictors natin. I'll discuss in greater detail anong ibig sabihin ng interaction when we meet next meeting. All right? Okay, so far ba class clear yung discussion natin? So far? Baka gusto niyo mag-feedback class. Okay, thank you. All right. Parang antipid ng comments yung class ha. Thank you. Okay, salamat ha, salamat. Salamat sa pagko-comment. Okay, so what are we going to do now? Okay, we're going to use several packages, no? Itong CAR na-discuss natin to, di ba dati? For applied regression to, mass package is used for data sets, no? And we're going to make use of the birth weight here. Tapos there's a package on linear regression to, no? Statistical learning pala, sorry. ISLR. And then yung TikTok, magandang package to kasi you can use this in order to, kunyari mayroon kang machine learning na problem, tapos gusto malaman kung gaano katagal iraran yan. Kasi sometimes machine learning problems can take long. So you can use the TikTok package in order to time. Mamaya, subukan natin gawin tong TikTok para malaman natin kung gaano katagal isosolve ni R yung model natin. Okay? All right. Okay, and then itong SJplot, di ba na nagamit na natin to? Okay, this one is GLM pa lang yung nagamit natin dati. GLM, no? Actually, actually hindi package eh, no? GLM function, no? Pero itong first time natin gagamitin itong GLM multi. And then flex table also, tidyverse, alam nyo na yan. Itong performance, this is another package that I want us to discuss. Isasama na lang natin next meeting yan. Sa totoo lang class, sa dami-dami ng facets ng regression, parang talagang yung sinabi ko kanina, very true yun eh, na hindi talaga kakayanin na split yung isang term for regression. Kasi parang ako, nahihinayang ako na ang dami-daming aspects ng regression. Hindi lang siya yung napakasimpleng multiple linear regression. That's just one small aspect of regression. But as I said, we have to we have to learn how to move within our means, our constraints. So best efforts na lang natin. Okay, sige class, I'll give you I want you to be the one to load this. I'll give you a few minutes or a few seconds. Yung iba kasi dito na load nyo na, no? ISLR, I don't think I have asked you to load this, to install this. So kindly install first or try to get Pacman nyo. Actually, pwede ng Pacman, no? I-Pacman nyo na lang, then pload. Okay, sige, I'll give you a few seconds. And then when you have loaded everything, then paki-chat na please, na you're ready. Sorry. Kanina pa pala ako nagsasalita na nakamute pala ako. Okay, as I was saying, when you're done, kindly chat please that you have loaded the packages. Okay, let's give a few more seconds to the others. All right, I think most of you are done. Before we proceed, class, let's just take a look at some of the packages here. Okay, yung mass, ano to? I think, if I'm not mistaken, na ano ko na to, di ba? Na I already, okay, dito lang tayo sa ano, sa packages, and then let's type mass here. I hope hindi magano, no? Okay, so we can find here several data sets, okay, sa mass. Okay, so may mga data sets dito. Ito yung sinasabi kong birth weight na titingnan din natin tong data set na to. All right, and then there are some functionalities here that is very important. For example, yung pagsulat ng matrix. Okay, so another package which is itong dalawang to, create ng dalawang professors to ng stat sa ano, sa I think Columbia University, or was it Harvard? Si ISLR, dito lang natin tingnan. No? So this is for statistical learning. ISLR. Ay, nasa help pala ako, sorry. Sa packages, ito. ISL. Yeah, let's just take a look at the packages, some of the packages, not all. Ito, ISLR, okay? Data for Introduction to Physical Learning with Applications in R. Okay. So, these are data sets. Yan. Yung titingnan natin dito yung wage data set, no? Okay, if you take a look at the description, ano bang sinabi dito? So, ito yung author nga pala, si Trevor Hasty and si Tibshirani, no? Okay, silang dalawa yung, hindi sinabi dito kung Harvard ba sila or Harvard ba o ano? Anyway, I forget. But these two are very popular authors and popular educators ng statistics, no? Dinevelop nila tong ISLR. Okay. So, isa pa yung GL multi. GL multi. Okay, here. Model selection and multi-model inference made easy. Okay, if you take the description of this. Okay, model selection and multi-model inference made easy. So see, I'm not sure about the pronunciation, Calcagno. Okay, parang Italian yung ano. It's a wrapper for GLM, no, and other functions. Automatically, so automated model selection siya, no, and model averaging. So it helps us seek the best model. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, no? Kasi yung ano natin, yung stepwise natin, it does not take into consideration yung ano yung interaction. I can load. Sir, I can load the ano like ano yung question mo? I can't load.
Sir, ayaw po mag-load ng ISLR package for me, sir.
Sinubukan mo yung anong ginamit mong code, yung install that packages?
Opo, sir.
Ayaw niya. Subukan mo kaya dito sa ano? Subukan mo dito sa packages mismo. Here. Dito sa packages pane. Kasi matagal nang naka-archive yan yung package na yan. Here, i-type mo ISLR. ISLR.
Sir, wala pong lumalabas sa akin, sir.
Wala rin? Okay. So siguro the best way, no? The best way na lang is i-Google na lang, ha? Okay,
Opo,
anyway,
sir.
hindi pa tayo kukuha ng, hindi pa natin gagamit. Mamaya siguro, no? Pero, kung hindi mo pa makuha yung wage data set, anyway, naka-record naman to, no? So, just have to address that, that issue na hindi naloload si ISLR. Okay?
Sir, yes, sir.
All right. So, anyway, itong theme, hindi na kailangan yan kasi ginawa ko lang naman yan para sa team ko. Okay, let's first make use of the MPG dataset, miles per gallon. Ito very, very popular tong ano na to, itong dataset na to. Kumbaga parang tad-tad na tong dataset na to, no? Okay, so let's use this data. Okay, data MPG. Okay, and then take note of this class. Full model. So let's create this full model. I-run muna natin tong data natin, data MPG. And then, so lalabas dito yung data natin sa object natin ito. Okay, here. So, i-view natin. Dito ko lang i-view sa console. View, MPG. Okay, this is a very popular data set. Yan. So, if we want the metadata of this MPG, tingnan natin kung yung some information about this data. Yan. This is coming from ggplot2. Okay. So here is some metadata about the data. So this is a data frame that lists the 38 popular models for cars. That's Audi, and then Chevrolet, Dodge, etc. So iba't ibang Ford, Honda, Hyundai, iba't ibang models ng cars. Tapos it gives us the specific type of model, and then the displacement, year, okay, and then number of cylinders, etc. No, forward drive, four-wheel drive, etc. Highway MPG yata to miles per gallon. Highway driving, city driving. So we know that mas makonsumo sa sa city driving kasi maraming traffic, maraming stops as compared to highway driving. Okay? FL compact class, merong mid-size, merong SUV, etc. So this is all about cars, no? Ano ba yung FL? Wait, let me see. FL is a fuel type, no? Fuel type. Okay. So merong premium yata to. R, ano ba yung R? Okay, medyo hindi ko alam, no? So anyway, that this can be found. Hindi nila sinabi yung fuel type. May P, tapos may R. May R, may E, no? May D, baka diesel tong D, no? I'm just guessing. Pero yung R at saka, I'm not sure. Okay. Anyway, makikita naman yan kung interested tayo. Ito, makikita natin to sa fueleconomy.gov. All right. So we have here 234 observations of 1 to ilang ano to? Ilang 11 columns or 11 variables. Okay, were you able to get this, class? Okay, good. All right, I'm going to show you now yung limitations na ginagawa natin, and then how we can come up with a model which really tries to see ano yung mga possible na kumbaga parang i-brute force niya na ano yung mga possible combinations ng model. Okay, so ito yung code natin, no? Let's create this. I'll not give this to you, class. I want you to type it. Let's create this object called full model. Ano yung full model natin? So we'll be using GLM, okay? And we are regressing MPG on these 5 variables: HP, D, displacement ratio, the weight, the QSEC. QSEC is, ano yung QSEC? QSEC is, ba't wala? Manufacturer, model, cylinder. Wala pa lang. Ano yung ano? Ano yung nasulat ko kanina? Ay, wait. Oh no, mali yata yung data ko. Wait ha. Dali. Na-mix up ko yata yung data ko. Sorry. My apologies class. Hindi MPG no. Empty cars. Okay. Oh, ano ba yan? Empty cars. Empty cars. So let's get empty cars. Sorry about that. Okay, empty cars. Kaya pala parang may mali sa ano ko sa model ko. Okay, this is another data set. Tingnan natin kung saan galing to. Empty cars. Okay, so it's coming from the datasets package itself. All right? So ito yung mga ano natin, no? Ito yung mga variables natin. MPG, okay, nalito ko kanina kasi nakita ko yung MPG. I was thinking of the dataset MPG. It's our variable here in empty cars, no? MPG, number of cylinders, displacement in cubic inch, horsepower, rear axle ratio, etc. We don't need to really know everything. Hindi naman tayo mga ano, unless you're a fan or a fan of cars and engines. Ako, ano lang, partly lang, okay? All right. Ang intention natin ngayong class, mag-create tayo ng ano ng model using GLM. Okay? And these are our i-view muna natin class. View empty cars. Okay, so ito no. This will be our predictor response variable. Gusto natin ma-predict yung MPG. And you have here your index. Ang index natin is not a number but rather the car model, no? So MPG, miles per gallon, ano yung nagde-determine ng ano ng yung consumption ng isang car of this type, no? So there are only 32 entries. Maliit lang yung ano natin. 32 entries lang of 16 variables. So we're not going to use as an example, hindi natin gagamitin lahat yung especially yung mga ano natin, yung mga factors dito. Ang gagamitin lang natin class sa model natin is itong limang to. Okay, si horsepower, si yung rear axle, weight, and dito may QSEC, no? QSEC dito is 1/4 mile time. So how long it will take the car to reach 1/4 mile? So a certain kilometers yan, no? Plus the gear, okay? Number of forward gears ito. And what's different about this that we're going to do is meron siyang, tingnan nyo dito class, no? Caret, naka-square siya. Okay? This is actually a shortcut. Ang long cut nito class is HP plus DRAT plus weight plus QSEC plus gear plus HP times DRAT plus HP times weight, HP times QSEC, HP times gear, DRAT times weight, DRAT times QSEC, etc. So we're going to multiply each of your predictors by the other predictor. Ang tawag natin doon class interaction. So we're going to interact the response, the predictors natin with each other. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 predictors, okay, plus yung interactions nila. So ilan yung interactions nila? Can you please count? Can you please count, class, the interaction? How many interactions are we going to have? Okay, medyo mag-speed up tayo kasi I want us to reach a particular portion here. 25. Paano mo nakuha dyan yung 25? How did you get 25? 20. How did you get 20? John, what process did you use? Jan, would you like to share your answer? 20? Bakit 20? Okay, how about the others class also? Not sure. 4 combinations. Okay, tama naman, combinations. No? Tama yung combinations mo. Pero medyo na-miscount mo lang ng konti. So, ilan kaya class? Ilang possible na predictors yung pwede natin makuha dito? Considering na is-square natin siya, ibig sabihin nito class, hindi it does not actually mean squared yung ano na to, no, yung expression na to. Kasi kung naka-square yan, medyo mahaba yan, no? Okay, ang ibig sabihin nito, pag naka-caret siya, ibig sabihin interaction. So how many possible predictors? Number 1, you have each of these individual predictors. So 5 to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus the interaction. Ano yung mga interaction? HP with DRAT, HP with weight. Ilan lahat yun, class? Okay. Daniel, ano yung 10, John? Yun yung interaction. Okay? Daniel, ano yung 15?
Sir, yung 10 pong interaction plus yung 5
Yes,
na
okay. Tama, no? So thank you, Daniel. Meron tayong 10 interactions, just like what John said. Tama si John, sabi niya 10 interactions. Where did we get that? Ito, i-pair off nyo to, HP times DRAT, HP times weight, HP times QSEC, HP times gear, and then DRAT times etc. So that's easy to count. 15 yan, no? Plus yung mga independent, ano pa natin, ito, HP, itong individual na to. Okay, so that's actually 5 plus yung 10 interactions, that's 15. Actually, may formula yan, ano? Kung kukunin natin yung total individual plus the interaction, that's n times n plus 1 divided by 2. Ang n natin is 5. Ang n plus 1 natin is 6. And then i-divide natin ng 2 yon, you get 15. Okay? Just for you to know. So the more predictors you have, kunyari 10 yan, no? And then you're going to, you also include the interactions among the 10 variables. So that will be 10 times 11. And then divide by 2. Okay? So that's 55 possible variables. Okay. So that will be our full model, no? And take note, ito family, remember kasi ang ginagamit natin dito GLM. Now, itong family is equal to Gaussian. Actually, ano yan, yung family is equal to Gaussian, you're assuming that your dependent variable is normally distributed, which is the case of LM, di ba? So GLM, where your family is Gaussian, is equivalent to the LM function. Okay, so I just use this so that you know, no, na kapag family Gaussian, it's equivalent to GLM. Magbibigay lang ako ng example. All right, so ito, i-run na natin to, no? And let's see what happens. Kasama na natin tong full model na to, yung summary niya. Okay, Control Enter. And then take note of the summary here. Ayan, di ba? 15 lahat yan, class, no? 15 all in all, excluding the intercept. So you have the individual variables, the HP, DRAT, weight, QSEC, at saka gear. And then you have the interaction. Okay, yan mga interaction niya. 10 lahat yan. All in all, 10. And you notice that some of the interactions are significant, no? Ito, significant. So may mga significant na interaction. Okay, for example, DRAT is not significant. Pero here, if you take a look, pero pag DRAT interacted with weight, nagiging significant siya. No? Weight is significant. DRAT with weight is also significant. No? How about weight with the other variables? Weight with QSEC is significant. Weight with gear is also significant. Okay. So, ito yung full model natin. Lahat ng mga variables natin, in-interact natin with among themselves. Okay, that's why we have 15 variables all in all. And, okay, it generates null deviance class. Ito yung pag null deviance kasi parang ito yung sum of the squares of your residuals. Kung walang null deviance means wala tayong predictor na gagamitin. Parang intercept lang to. No? Ibig sabihin yung error squared niya, 1126. As expected, class, kasi wala namang predictor na gagamitin. Okay, residual deviance, ito yung may model, no? Take note, 31 degrees of freedom. Bakit 31? Bakit 31 degrees of freedom? Bakit kaya 31? You know what that means, class, no? So I'll leave that for you to, of course, na-discussan natin dati yan. Just recall kung ano ibig sabihin yan. Ito naman yung 16, no? Okay? And of course, we expect that the residual deviance for the model itself is less. Kasi gumamit lang tayo ng mga predictors. So nabawasan na yung yung mga residuals natin. And the AIC is 139.14. All right. So that's our model. Okay? With the interaction. Next meeting class, papakita natin tong interaction na to, ipa-plot natin. And we're going to learn ano ba yung significance itong interaction. Okay? Especially when we're interacting isang categorical variable at saka continuous variable. Hindi pa natin kasi nadidiscussion. Okay, so that's our full model where we regress our variable MPG on all your predictors and then we interact it. Okay, so yun yung shortcut na pagsulat, or you could have written it this way, no? Ito yung interaction class. So when you see in a model HP colon DRAT, it's actually, okay, it's a variable where you multiply HP times DRAT. Yun ang interaction. And then you use it as a predictor. Okay, clear ba yung class? Ano ibig sabihin ng interaction ng HP at saka DRAT? You're introducing a new variable where you're multiplying HP and DRAT, and then where you're using it as a predictor to explain MPG. Clear ba yung class? Okay, thank you. How about the others, class? Okay, sinugot nga pala dito ni John yung yung bakit 31. John, i-share mo nga yung answer mo kasi tama yan, no? That's correct, yung sagot mo. I was asking you a while ago, bakit 31 degrees of freedom? Okay, John, kindly share your answer to everyone. Okay. 32 kasi yung observations natin, di ba? Di ba? N minus K minus 1 yung class eh. N minus K, where K is the number of your predictors, wala, di ba? Dun sa model natin na yon, yung deviance natin, yung 1,000 plus here, no? Wala tayong predictor na gagamitin natin dito, but minus 1 because of the intercept, no? N minus K minus 1. So that's why 31 degrees of freedom. Ito naman, class, N minus K, a number of observations, then N minus K minus 1 din, where N is 32 minus your K is 15, di ba? 15 predictors minus 1, so that's 15 tsaka isa pa, so 16, 32 minus 16, so that's why you have 16 degrees of freedom. All right, so yan na class yung natin, yan yung let's leave the interpretation. Paki-research na lang muna, class, ha? How do you interpret when you have an interaction variable between two continuous variables? Kasi HP is continuous, RAT is continuous. HP is continuous, weight is continuous. How do you interpret this? And then how do you interpret if the interaction variable is a categorical variable and a continuous variable, or a categorical and categorical? So yung tatlong klase na yun. Okay, so next class, i-run naman natin yung null model natin. Ito. Ano yung null model natin, class? Our null model is MPG regressed on 1. So wala tayong predictor, no? Ito lang yung intercept natin. Okay, ganito din, family is equal to Gaussian, GLM. So this is just like also an LM function. Okay? Just to bring home the point, class, okay, let's just, okay, dito ko na ilalagay, no? Copy natin to, class. Okay. Copy natin to. Control C. I-run ko lang, class. I'll just use, hindi natin kailangan itong data. I'll just use ito. I'll just call it model, no? And then I'll use LM na lang. Tapos, yun din yung model natin. And then, data is equal to empty cars. Okay? And then I remove the family. No? So, it's just like the linear model that we have been learning in the past. No? Okay? Magkaiba ba yan, class? Tingnan nyo nga. Tell me if you get a different result with this one vis-a-vis GLM family is equal to Gaussian. Summary niyo yung class. Summary. Para may result. Okay. What are you getting? Anyone? Low class? What are you getting? Okay. Essentially the same. About the others, class? Did you attempt to do this? I just wanted to point out something. If we were using GLM and then family is equal to Gaussian. Tapos ito LM and then ginamit natin LM but not GLM. And then hindi na natin kailangan i-identify na family is equal to Gaussian. Anyway, class, the result here should be the same. No? Pareho lang yan. Yung GLM natin na family is equal to Gaussian and then LM na hindi natin define na Gaussian. Kasi yun ang assumption, class, ng classical linear regression model. Kaya yung LM function na yan na Gaussian yung natin, yung normal, yung dependent variable natin. Okay, so I'll go here now. Ito, null model natin. Pareho din, but this time, we're regressing MPG. We're not using any of the variables. We're just using the average, no, of MPG as your predictor. Run natin to. Okay, and then I have here, okay, ito, no, intercept niya 20.09. Okay, and then null deviance 11.26, same as the one above. And then residual deviance is 11.26 kasi pareho lang naman, no? Pareho lang siya. And the AIC is 208.8. So we know that your full model is better based on AIC. Okay? Kasi yung AIC ng full model natin, ito, yung AIC natin dito is how much is that? 139.14, no? 139.14 yung full model natin, yung AIC niya. While on the other hand, si null model 208 yung AIC niya. Okay. All right. I wanted to illustrate to you ito, no, yung Gaussian, pero wag na muna ngayon. Kasi already I made the point na ito, I just wanted to create X and Y. Tapos i-regress ko lang si Y on X using GLM and then Gaussian. And then here again, same thing, regress ko si Y on X and then LM lang. just what like we did a while ago. So I won't run that anymore. Okay, so dito ngayon mag-stepwise tayo, no? Medyo limited na yung oras natin. All right, we're going to make use of this, the step. There's a step function from the stats package. Bigay ko na lang sa inyo tong code na to para medyo umabot tayo dito. Ay, wait. Number 3. Okay, let me share this with you in chat. Okay, so what am I doing here? All right, I'm going to use stepwise regression, not OLSRR, kasi kaya nyo nang gawin yun, no? So I just want to illustrate to you that there's another way to do it. You must lumang stats package, and the function is step. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to ask R to generate an object called optimal model backward. Okay, and stepwise, starting with the full model, ibig sabihin, yung full model kasi natin lahat, yung full model natin class, lahat nun ng predictors plus the interactions, no? And then we define the direction is equal to backward. Tapos scope niya, ililist niya yung upper full model hanggang the lower null model. Ibig sabihin nito, until such time na lower is equal to null model natin hanggang ano na lang, hanggang yung intercept na lang yung matira, no? Okay, so let's run this class. If we run this, yan. So magge-generate na siya ng stepwise regression just like yung OLSRR. Okay? So it starts with AIC 139.14. Remember, this is backward. So magsisimula siya sa full model, ibig sabihin lahat ng mga variables plus their interactions are included. Ito yun, no? MPG regress on the 5 variables and then squared, which means that in interaction. Okay? By the way, class, pag cube to, tatlo yung interaction. Hello? Hello, class? Hello? Hello, hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Nawawala eh. Nag-go off yung internet ko. Okay, so where am I? So nagpapa-stepwise ako and then backward. We'll start with the full model. Ibig sabihin lahat ng mga variables plus the interaction. That's how we define the full model, di ba? Yung the 5 variables and then squared. Ibig sabihin itong squared, yung interaction nila. Hindi ibig sabihin na i-square mo yung yung variable. Okay, so how does this go? If you include the full model, ang IIC niya 139.14.
Sir,
Yes?
sir, po ata kayo naka-share screen.
Ay, sorry. Hindi ako naka-share. Okay. Nawala kasi kanina, no? Nawala ako kanina, class?
Yes, sir. Nawala po.
Yung nawala eh. Nag-ano yung internet eh. Okay, so my screen is sharing, right? Tama? Can you see me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So ito no yung stepwise natin. I did not use OLSRR para aware din kayo na pwede pala ito yung mas dati pa no yung step function. And then you define kung anong direction. Kasi pwedeng both, pwedeng forward, pwedeng backward. Okay, yung OLSRR parang ano lang siya yung it's an improvement or may marami pa kasi siyang dinadagdag. Pati nga yung all, di ba, sinasama na niya. Alright, so scope natin, list from the upper model, upper is equal to full, lower is equal to null. So how does this go? If you run that class, it will identify now, ito yung unang model natin. So magba-backward, sabi niya, tanggalin si QSEC and gear. So pag tinanggal natin yan, bababa yung AIC from 139 to 137.16. And that's the best, no? Among the so many variables that you're going to delete, itong maganda, QSEC interacted with gear. It will give us the list na AIC. Okay, then next. So andito na tayo, nasa 137.16 na tayo. Parang ito yung data, no? Only presented in a different way. So now 137.16 and this is now our model. Tinanggal na dito yung leaving variable natin kanina. And then if we remove DRAT gear, bababa into 135.93 yung AIC. Okay? So tatanggalin yan, naging stepwise natin, naging 135.93 na yung AIC natin. Okay? And then if we remove, sabi, pag wala tayong i-remove, 135.93 pa rin. Pero pag mag-remove pa tayo nito, tataas ang AIC natin. So this tells us that we have reached the final model. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 variables because we deleted 2 variables, di ba? All right. So yan ang stepwise, no? Backward stepwise. Now, if we create now this model, ito naman class forward naman, no? Pareho lang din, no? Step din. Of course, magsisimula tayo sa null model where we're just using the intercept, no? And then direction is equal to forward. Then ganun din yung scope, ang upper natin is up to the full, lower natin is null model. So when we run this class, okay, we know that it will start with ito lang, intercept lang kasi yan yung unang-una kapag di ba, pag forward stepwise regression with the AIC of this one. If we add weight, okay, magiging 166. And just follow class, just follow along hanggang dito, no? Hanggang dito class. So our model is MPG regression, weight, horsepower, QSEC, gear, at saka weight integrated with horsepower. Yan. Okay? By adding none, we maintain the AIC. Otherwise, if we still add other interactions or other variables, tataas ang AIC. Okay, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina class na we're almost time class. Ito yung sinasabi ko na ito yung problem with stepwise regression kasi it will not give us the same model. Yung backward natin, di ba? 13 yung natin, predictors. Ito, 13. Yan, no? Samantalang yung forward natin, ilan lang? Ilan lang siya class? Ito lang. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yun ang problem class, no? Ng stepwise regression natin. Okay, especially, as I said, when you are considering interactions. Okay, madalang yung nagiging pareho yung pareho yung output natin. And we're not sure which of these is really optimal, no? Okay. So ngayon, it's almost time class, no? Ang gagawin natin ngayon diyan, let's test, no? Mag-ANOVA. Alam niyo na naman yung ANOVA, di ba? So i-test natin kung okay, so here. Okay. Alam niyo to, no? ANOVA. And ANOVA, so we'll compare the optimal model backward and the optimal model forward. Test is equal to chi-square. Okay. So, sino yung restricted model natin dito? Ang restricted model natin si forward kasi 5 lang yung variables niya. Ang unrestricted natin si backward kasi 13 yung predictors niya. And we know that the null hypothesis sa ANOVA, sa analysis of variance, is that the restricted model is better. No? Diba? Yung restricted, yung mas konti, yun ang mas maganda. Yun ang null hypothesis natin. If I run this now, okay, anong kinakalabasan? The p-value is less than 0.05, significant at the 0.01 level of significance, no? The 1% level of significance. Okay, so anong nito? Ano yung conclusion natin to? We reject the null hypothesis that the restricted model is better. Na mas maganda yung forward selection natin. In this case, ang sinasabi na dito na mas maganda yung backward. Mas maganda yung unrestricted model natin. Okay? I hope that's clear, class, no? All right. So lastly, okay, itong GL multi natin, next time na natin kukunin to kasi time na. Okay. So we can make use of this from the performance package. Compare performance lang, class, ito. So kindly run this, compare _performance, optimal model backward, and then optimal model forward. Okay, so let's run this. All right. So one good thing with this one is that it takes on several metrics. in order to compare yung dalawang models natin, yung backward at saka forward. So for example, in using R squared, mas maganda si backward kasi 95.4% siya. Si forward 90% lang. Using Ramsey root mean square error, ito the lower the better, mas maganda si backward, no? Expectedly class, pag mas maraming predictors, mas mataas yung R squared, mas mababa yung Ramsey, okay? Mas mababa din yung sigma. Kaso nga lang, 'di ba? Parehong GLM sila. And then here yung AIC. Ayan, magkakaiba na dito, 'di ba? So dito mas mababa si si backward kasi 135.9 siya. Yung corrected na AIC dito mas maganda si forward. Okay, so this is Akaike information criterion corrected, no? So in this case, mas maganda si forward kasi mas mababa yung AICC niya. And this is a better, actually, yung AICC is a better metric compared to AIC. And then also, in terms of BIC, Bayesian Information Criterion, mas lumalabas na mas maganda si forward. Okay? So, pero hindi pa rin natin sasabihin kung ano talaga yung best model. Hindi natin alam yung optimal model dito. Okay? And then next meeting class, we will now discuss yung GL multi. Okay, because that will give us now a better perspective. Okay, and just this last statement class, ang weakness ng either forward or backward, one variable at a time lang tinitingnan niya, no? So kunyari backward, meron kang full model, tapos titingnan niya isa-isa. Kung tatanggalin ko tong variable na to, ano mangyayari? Kung tatanggalin ko tong variable na to, ano mangyayari? If I'm going to remove this variable, diba? Stepwise kasi isa-isa lang eh. Okay, ganun din si forward. Now, unlike class kung if we have a brute force where we look at all things at the same time, okay, which GL multi can do, okay, which we're going to discuss next meeting. All right? Okay, so ang utang ko sa inyo class, magpo-post ako ng ng video, okay? And then yung instructions dun sa case number 2 natin. All right. So have a safe IL, independent learning, aka bakasyon, to all of you. Please keep safe, ingat, and God bless to everyone. Okay,
Sir?
Any questions? Yes?
Sir, attendance po.
Attendance, sige.
Sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
It's okay. The rest, if you're, stop recording ko lang. Stop recording.